Yesterday's hailstorms in Gauteng left a trail of destruction in their wake, but the worst might not be over. The Weather Service saying we should be alert for more adverse weather conditions. I'm joined now by Lehlohonolo Tubela, forecaster with the SA Weather Service. Lehlohonolo, thank you so much for joining us. Let's start by what happened yesterday. It was a sudden, very extreme storm, and we had two, if not three, bouts of severe hail. What level was that storm at? And talk to me about how and why it happened.
Good evening, and thank you for having us. I think the main severe thunderstorm warning yesterday, I think it was around a 2, which was to be escalated to a 4 or 5, and that resulted in heavy hail. But I think the main areas were level 2, and the small amounts of hail increased in a certain level that actually was in under the consideration that it should be under level 4 in terms of the impact base warning.
All right, so that was at level 4 and that was extreme. We've been told, and you'll confirm this for us, that at the moment this evening, and I'm looking out of our studio windows and I'm seeing massive flashes of lightning, that we're currently under a level 6 orange warning tonight. Is that correct?
That's correct. I mean, the warning that's issued today, it's impact level 6, which then means the impact of the warning is significant, with the likelihood of it happening being very high. And with it being high, I'm glad that you just acknowledge that you're seeing the storms outside, because as it is part of the warning, it involves heavy rainfall, which is expected to result in some flooding, and some areas, if they're lucky, to get more of hail and some strong damaging winds. As I'm in Pretoria right now, outside I can still also experience, or rather feel some thunder, hear some thunder outside, and there's still some stormy windy conditions as I'm sitting and speaking to you.
I mean, it sounds, so that suggests that it could actually be worse than what we saw yesterday. You mentioning that the possibility of flooding is actually even higher currently. So I'm in Joburg, you're in Pretoria. Talk to me about other areas of concern, because it's not just Gauteng, is it?
Well, for today, it's mainly over Gauteng where we have level 6 warning. However, the surrounding areas, which would be the northern parts or eastern parts of the Free State, eastern parts of Northwest Province, and the southern parts of Limpopo, as well as some southwestern parts of the Mpumalanga Province, are expected to have some severe thunderstorms, as the storms actually started over the Northwest Province and they're moving east. As they moved east of the country, that's when they started in the evening. I mean, we had a widespread of showers and thunder showers forecast by yesterday for tonight's weather, and it was expected to start in the evening. So it looks like the forecast is still on track, with the storms having started in the Northwest Province, especially the eastern parts, and it's moving further east. And I mean, the southern parts of Limpopo, Gauteng as a whole, is expected to receive more rainfall as the storm still passes by.
You know, we know that this is our rainy season. I am used to these heavy storms closer to the end of December. Is there anything unusual about the storm patterns that you're seeing, or is this all part of the summer rainfall?
It's actually climate variability, and it also helps. I don't know if one thing that helps is that we are in a La Nina state, which is basically meaning we are expecting above normal rainfall as expected in summer months. And this is the third state of the summer month where we actually have a La Nina season, which then brings more abnormal rainfall, which means the rainfall that we're getting now falls under the state that we were expecting in terms of the climate and climate variability in areas. So from time to time, summers do get the way they are, and it helps that it's in the La Nina season, which then makes sense and explains why we're getting above normal rainfall in areas over the eastern parts, which are the summer rainfall areas.
And how long is it going to continue? Are we expecting heavy rain right through December into January? Is it possible to predict that far ahead?
what mainly says La Nina, I mean, for as long as we're under the summer season, which then could spread up until February to early March, we are still expecting more rainfall to occur, especially with the tropical system starting to move over the area of South Africa, especially the northern parts by the end of December, starting into January. So it looks like we're still gonna have more rainfall expected. If it's not from thunderstorms, it will happen from tropical systems, which will then be of the tropical moisture that will influence most of the rainfall that will come late in the late summer.
Thank you so much for such a comprehensive update. We'd really appreciate your time, and stay safe in those Pretoria storms. That, of course, was Lehlohonolo Tubela, forecaster with the SA Weather Service. He's telling us that yesterday's storm, the hailstorm, was at around a level 4 and 5 at times. Tonight, we're on an orange level warning 6. And that means that there is a really high chance of flooding in parts of Gauteng. Please do take care, everybody.